my name is Penny and this is Penny's Art Emporium, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different to what I have done before. So I have got this 40cm square canvas today, and I am first of all going to blend together some colours for a background, and I want them to be quite pastel-y. So I've got a nice turquoise and fluorescent pink, which I know isn't pastel, but by the time I add some white and blend it together a little bit, it'll be a lot lighter. I've got some purple, some nice sort of fleshy pink colours, magenta, sage green, some yellow, lime green, light blue, and that will all be my background, which I shall do with a nice big brush. And then after that I want to drop some splatters of paint on and let that all dry, and then I'm going to go in and put some nice green little spiky grassy bits, and then the final bit I'm going to splodge on lots of different colours for a nice meadow of flowers. So we'll see how I get on with that. I haven't done it before, but I do like to try different things and experiment with different techniques. So I'm looking forward to getting started. So I've put lots of dots on, and now I'm just going to, with my squeezy bottles, just put random bits of green, which will be a little bit like stalks. I know it looks quite alarming at the moment, but I always think it's like looking at a cake halfway through cooking, and what you get halfway through is nothing like you will towards the end. So just a few random green bits, because I am going to, once this is all dry, put more paint on to make raised flowers. That is the plan. So I just felt like I needed something to tie it kind of all together a little bit, and it does look really alarming when you cover over all those beautiful dots, but in the long run you will get the idea. So this will have to dry, I think, for probably a couple of days before I can do anything else to it. But it is taking shape and it is what I had in mind, which is quite funny really when you have an idea in your head. There, so I'm going to leave that to dry for a few days probably, and I will catch up with you again a bit later on. So it's been a few days and this painting has been gradually building up. I've been waiting for some paints to arrive and they haven't arrived yet, and they are the thicker, heavy bodied paints that I want to put on with my palette knife. So in the meantime, waiting for them to arrive, I have been gradually building up this background, which is going to be the background. I know I've got a lot of paint on here, but this is where the palette knife flowers are going to go onto. As you can hear, Itsy is here helping me out as always. So I have added, as you can see, a lot more green stalks, which I have been doing with a brush, and just filling my time really. I put some more dots on, and I've put a few different greens on here. We've got some nice metallic emerald green in the background, lots of metallic little dots, and then I faded the top bit out a little bit so that that is more hazy, and then when my paint arrives I will put this onto hyperlapse for you and put the flowers on. But I'm planning on doing some smaller, lighter flowers at the top, and then perhaps getting them bigger towards the bottom because those would be closer to you. So that is the plan. So I will put this onto hyperlapse and my paints will arrive and we can eventually get these flowers on. Okay, see you in a little while. little painting. It is 40 centimetres square, and as you saw, I put on with my palette knife, I put some texture paste in with the paint just to thicken up a little bit, because I still felt it was not thick enough. And I also felt that the paint that had arrived, it's acrylic by Meadow, I felt it was a little bit plasticky when it dried and shiny, and I didn't want it to be quite so shiny. So I will show you this close up. I wanted it to be a 3D kind of picture, which is why it has so many layers to it. So you can still see all those lovely bright colours in the background, those beautiful fluorescent colours, nice bright dots there, and they do fade up to be more pastel towards the top, which is what I wanted. And I'd always planned that I wanted some wispy little bits, a little bit like lavender, I guess, and I wanted it to be so that the impasto bit was a bit smaller towards the top of the painting, to try to give a little bit of perspective and distance. I've mixed my colours up with the texture paste and some white, so they are pastel-y colours, these impasto bits, because that was what I wanted at the beginning. I'd said I wanted it to be kind of pastel-y, and then towards kind of the bottom I tried to do the flowers a little bit bigger. I've never done it before, so it was a challenge to use my palette knife and to get the consistency of the paint and to try to get the texture in there, and try to mix the colours together a little bit in places and the shapes. So it's kind of a 3D painting. So I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope I didn't make you too dizzy having to turn my painting around. I was getting used to using the palette knife. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.